How to stop feeling like you're not good enough. I've been struggling with this issue for years now. I've been always a high achiever, still am. So whenever I would fall short, I would feel like I let everybody down. I would be so hard on myself. Always feeling like everybody else is going on about their day, feeling happy. They just have their life figured out. While here I am, not knowing what to do with my life, just feeling like a failure, which would result in even more self-criticism, procrastination, and anxiety. I'm still working on this, and I know it will take time, but I found this practice that is helping me on a daily basis, and I hope it will help you too. So today I want to get into why do we feel not good enough, and why self-compassion may be the key to leading a peaceful and happy life. We all feel the need to excel in life. We need to be smart and fit and fashionable and interesting and do it all better than the person next to us. According to the study conducted at Iowa State University, it's typically not enough to just buy the house, but people are happier when their house is bigger and more beautiful than their neighbor's house. It's funny how being called average is an insult nowadays. We all want to be above average. Just imagine if your friend came up to you at a party and said, "Hey, you look average today." How would you respond? I know I would say, well, you don't look better yourself. But we can't just all be better than average. According to statistics, 50% of people have to be above average and 50% of people below average. I can be higher than average in some aspects, but I'm certainly below average in others. And I know I'm not the only one feeling this way. Research has found that 85% of students think that they're above average in terms of getting along with others. 94% of college professors think they're better teachers than their colleagues, and 90% of drivers think they're more skilled than their roadmates. Even people who've recently caused a car accident think they're superior drivers. And this need to be better than average forces us to look down on others and see them as worse as well. Psychologists have this term, downward social comparison, that describe this. In order to protect our own self-esteem, we might say, sure, he's rich, but look at that bald spot. That way we can feel superior, at least in some way. Besides wanting to be better than average in everything we do, we tend to criticize ourselves as soon as we fall short. We say things like, "I'm so stupid. Why the hell did I do this? I'm such a failure." Imagine your friend or family coming up to you saying that they did something bad. Would you treat them the same way you treat yourself? I know I would tell them that it's okay, it's just part of being human, everybody makes mistakes. I would do anything to comfort them, take them out to eat, bring them their favorite food, anything to make them smile. But I know I would not treat myself the same way. We tend to show no mercy when it comes to ourselves. It's important to understand where self-criticism comes from. We aren't just born and as toddlers go, "Man, it's hard to walk. I guess I'm just not good enough." We learned this behavior. We might have learned it from our parents when they were saying, "If you keep up these bad grades, you will never get into a good college," or from teachers, or from culture around us. We're always trying to fit in, but as soon as we mess up, we distance ourselves, thinking there must be something wrong with us. I mean, look at all of our friends. They have these perfect lives, posting on social media how happy they are, and we're just sitting at home, alone, doing nothing. It's also a way to protect ourselves from hurtful comments. I mean, if I say that I look bad today first, it's not gonna hurt as much as if my friend said that. I used to think that self-criticism is a powerful tool for motivation, but I came to find out that it's really not. Instead, it's making me feel inadequate and insecure, and then I take out my frustration on people closest to me. And if I continue down this road, it might lead to even more problems too, such as depression and anxiety, feeling worthless, and losing all motivation to do things. Because if I will continue being bad at things, why even try, right? So, what can you and I do about this? That's where self-compassion comes in. We need to stop trying to judge and evaluate ourselves and try to label ourselves as good or bad. Instead, just accept yourself as you are. Become a friend to yourself and treat yourself with the same kindness and caring and compassion you would show a loved one. Everybody makes mistakes. In fact, making mistakes and being imperfect, that's exactly what makes us human. Although it's important to recognize when we fall short of our goals, it's equally important not to judge ourselves for it. Even the act of criticizing yourself, remember that it's just trying to keep yourself safe and on track. So you don't need to beat yourself up for that. If you need more reasons on why self-compassion is good for you and why you should practice it, research on self-compassion links it to increased emotional well-being with lower levels of depression, anxiety, and stress, improved self-esteem, better relationships, increased motivation and resilience, greater life satisfaction, improved physical health, increased self-awareness, and better coping skills. How is self-compassion such a powerful tool, and how come it has all these benefits? Well, there are three main pillars to self-compassion: mindfulness, common humanity, and being kind to yourself. Mindfulness means being with what is present in the moment. It helps us recognize when we are in pain in order to give ourselves compassion. It's funny, but oftentimes we don't even notice that we're suffering, especially when we're too busy criticizing ourselves. We're so busy analyzing what we did wrong that we don't even notice how much pain it's causing us. The second pillar is common humanity. It reminds us that we're all human and struggling is a part of life. A lot of people tend to isolate themselves when they're struggling, saying things like, "Why does this always happen to me? Why am I the only one struggling?" Saying things like that isolates us from each other, making us feel alone on top of everything else. But instead of asking how are we different from others, we should be asking how are we the same? What does it mean to be human? It means we're imperfect, and our lives are imperfect, and everyone goes through life struggling and making mistakes. That is what we all have in common. The third pillar is being kind to ourselves. Be mindful, check in on yourself. Notice that how you're feeling is difficult, and that is precisely what it means to be human. And then give yourself some kindness and compassion. Treat yourself like you would a friend, with understanding, patience, and encouragement. Try to make yourself smile. Take yourself out on a date. Just be your own best friend. Life is challenging, but you still have yourself. You will always be there for yourself, so might as well learn how to be more kind and compassionate towards yourself. I found this amazing mantra in the book called Self-Compassion by Christine Neff, and it goes like this. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is a part of life. May I be kind to myself in this moment. May I give myself the compassion I need. I will link the book in the description below if you would like to check it out. It was actually the inspiration for today's video, and a lot of information in this video came from that book. I will also leave additional resources if you would like to learn more about self-compassion. If you enjoyed today's video, consider subscribing so you don't miss more videos about having a peaceful and happy life. If you have any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below and I will make sure to answer. Alright, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye bye.